Alright, so we're back. Another episode of the Hustler's Ambition. We got some special guests with us here. Of course, me, Kelsey, and my boy Josh. We the originators of the Hustler's Ambition podcast. But I'm gonna let y'all boys introduce yourselves.
D-Wash, man. D-Wash. What's up?
T-White.
James, aka JT.
Okay. So we just want to bring y'all on the podcast today, just to talk about yourselves and just tell people a little bit about y'all background, and just talk about some goals y'all got and what motivates y'all boys and what y'all plans is as far as business and everything goes like that. So just want to have a little topic on that. So just to start it off, man, what you say your goals is for 2020, and we'll just go around the room and let everybody say what they gonna say.
Man, I ain't really, just like a big talker when it comes to as far as the goals, but I do want to set the tone early in 2020. By that I mean that, I want to attack it now. I ain't trying to wait till spring or wait till well, to my birthday next month, but fuck it, I want to hit it early, get momentum going, and then that's just whatever I'm trying to do. Me personally, I'm in the off season, so I got some ventures I'm trying to get into, we'll get into later, but shit, I just want to, hit it strong, and just get some momentum going and keep building, bro, really.
By the way, my boy played running back for the Raiders, so to give y'all a little background, but T-Way, what about you, bro? What you got plans for 2020?
Really just to piggyback off what Wash said, not a big talker into telling people what I have going on or what's going on behind the scenes, but one thing I really do want to lock in on is just focusing in on God, becoming one with God. Because I feel like a lot of things I've done have gotten me off the path that I really want to go on. And the first thing, you gotta know home base. He wants his time, so you gotta give him his time. And I feel like I get away from that sometimes, just with worldly things, Instagram, things like that. So just getting away from the worldly things and focusing in on myself and what I want to be.
And that's the too. That's one thing I was like, this year I gotta really get in tune with God. So that's why I've been trying to get at least a little devotion in. I got me a little devotion book, so every morning I try to really get through that, say my little prayer to start the day, just to get it started off right. So that's just what I've been trying to do for just to start 2020 off on a high note, just get in touch with God and trying to give him his time at least a little bit every day, because that's all he needs, just a little bit, just a little acknowledgement. What about you, bro, JT? 2020 goals.
The way I look at 2020 is I kind of take away from 2019 more so as an evaluation period. I kind of look at it as the things that I did right and the things that I did wrong, and then try to pick up kind of my wrongdoings and then try to right my wrongs.
Right.
Sometimes we might make some type of mistake, so we feel like we could have took another path and we could have been more successful with that. So paying attention to my signs, intertwined with what you guys said about getting right with God. God sometimes sends us signs that this other path that we might take in order to be successful, and not just being comfortable with the things that we did prior to our past. So my 2020 is definitely looking at the things that I can aspire to be more successful in order to get me to the next step to investments, in order to get me next step to building a foundation to become a leader in the community, and also to become a leader to my family. Thank God I got a little one, he's healthy, and so things like that, and then after that, everything else will just fall into place.
For sure. That's how I gotta go. It's just like you say, it's an everyday process for everything you're trying to do. It's just trying to stay consistent and stay disciplined, whatever it is you're trying to do. That's the real ultimate goal and the real struggle and trying to just the hard part about it is just staying disciplined, because you know what you gotta do. But at the end of the day, but it's you gotta be in control of your mind and in control of what you're doing. That way you can push yourself and tell yourself to do this. This is what it's gotta be. It ain't no choice. This is what it's gotta be. Every morning we choose working out. It's this is what it's gotta be. When you're strict on your routine, Tyler, you, whatever you doing your house or whatever you doing with your tech, with your phones, like this is what it gotta be every day. Like every morning you waking up, it's that mindset, like it's gotta be this is what I gotta do every day, and trying to be in control of your mind and whatever it is you process. But a lot of that gotta do with routine though. That's why I try to be routine. Josh, you got a routine you try to stick to?
Man, my routine right now, man, is just to stay consistent. Yeah. Consistent with what I do. I wake up in the morning, I give myself an hour to myself on some self-meditation. I don't get on Instagram, I don't get on, all the social media, so I try to fill my head, with spiritual things. So I wake up with my devotion, pray, worship, go ahead and get that self-meditation, get my day started. Because 2019, bro, I used to wake up in the morning, first 5 minutes, I wake up, get on Instagram, do all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's more so addictive, you know what I'm saying? It's a second thought, you wouldn't think about it. You know what I'm saying? Your subconscious is what you wake up and do. And, that became a habit. And, seeing all this shit that really don't matter on there, you know what I'm saying? You seeing all this jewelry and shit, all this shit that really don't have no meaning, no value, you know what I'm saying? And for a lot of people, they see that and they become distant with themselves. They start putting themselves like, oh man, I ain't doing well enough. I ain't this far ahead just based off of material shit that they see. And they just put themselves in a hole to the point where they can't really focus on what they really need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because all they focus on is that jewelry, trying to run up 100 bands so they can buy a Rolex, all this shit. They not focused, and that's why they run in circles. You know what I'm saying? So I almost fell in that trap. Just by getting on, I don't really care for it, but when you see something all day, you gonna want it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna want it. So that's what I started to want, and that's why I didn't see the success that I wanted to see because my mind wasn't in the right spot. God couldn't give me that blessing with a small mind. You know what I'm saying? I was just gonna waste that money. So I was honest with myself in 2019. If you had the money that you want, what would you do with it? And I had to be real with myself. I was gonna spend it. You know what I'm saying? Because that was all I was looking at. I was looking at jewelry, cars. I'm finna spend it. Not knowing the back end, you know what I'm saying? You need assets for things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I wasn't watching. So, I deleted my Instagram for like 3 months. Got back on it. I follow nobody but influential people. You know what I'm saying? People that's doing things, people that's doing the things that I want to do, and people that's progressing in life, and not somebody that's just just want to be on that cap and just a show. You know what I'm saying? So that was a big thing for me. And as far as consistency comes discipline. But it's a long journey. You gotta stay faithful. You gotta have that relationship with the Lord most definitely. And, from then on, life will teach you.
I think that's true, so just to piggyback, really what everybody kind of said, this shit is, R.I.P. Nips, a marathon, really, I remember when I first started listening to bro, he would always say that, this was, back before I knew who he was, until I had to, really just kind of understood what he stood for, what he meant by, that's true story, like this shit about longevity. A lot of niggas come and go, a lot of people come and go, but you look at 10, 15, 20 plus years, ones that still going strong in this shit, like that's how you know the ones who's really putting in work. You know what I'm saying? It's a day-to-day consistency, it's a day-to-day thing, it's a day-to-day mindset, and I think that's what kind of separate, good from great, bad from good. That's the little difference is just that mindset. Consistency and being able to do it, the ups and downs of, just like that journey. 15 years is a long time. Some people, out there 15, you might not get to where you want till year 10. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how the Lord got it, how he got it put out. So I think the biggest thing, just understand that shit. It's longevity, bro. You know what I'm saying? And routine. You know what I'm saying? Get your routine and whatever it is you're doing, bro. And let that become a lifestyle for you. And then,
like that longevity, and that comes with faith. Just knowing whatever you're doing gonna work. Just knowing whatever it is you got cooking or whatever you working on, that it's gonna happen. It's gonna manifest whatever it is. And so just with the routine, like me, I ain't never been a big.
Don't get caught up in that social media shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of that shit, bro. Just kind of being around some of the people that's supposed to be like these big people, bro. It's like. It's really a facade, you know what I'm saying? And like, it's crazy, but it's true, like real talk, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, run your race, bro. And that's talking to anybody, you know what I'm saying? Run your race, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just don't ever look at, you know what I'm saying, all that shit, especially if going on the internet, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you gotta, you know what I'm saying, like try to put yourself in that shoe or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Not being thankful for what you
Exactly.
already have.
Yeah.
Trying to speed up your process and trying to figure out why you don't got it yet.
You can't be thankful because you always looking at what somebody else got. And you don't even realize what you do got. The stuff you've been praying for, you don't even realize that you're living in it. And you don't even worship, you don't even be thankful for it because you're not even thinking about it. You're always thinking about what you don't have, but if you think about what you do have, the things that you accomplished, and be grateful for that, you'll get much more. You know what I mean? So,
It's just like Instagram, bro. Just like what you're saying, it's a facade. People, they let you see what they want you to see, and it's just like what you were saying. Keep focusing. Your mind just get lost, and you get lost to where a point that you're questioning yourself, you're questioning your daily, you know what I'm saying, your daily decisions that you want to make. You know what I'm saying, your daily routine starts to go in question. Like, dang, am I doing this shit the right way? But at the end of the day, you doing your shit the right way. But if you get lost in that social media world, it's gonna get you off your path. And you know what I'm saying? And I could be the one that attests to that. Like, I've done that shit. I've done it, you know what I'm saying? Not once, not twice, but shit, it's been multiple occasions. And just like what I was saying earlier with the subconsciously, I wasn't doing it consciously, it was subconsciously, you know what I'm saying? It's because I'm putting myself in other people's shoes because I'm looking at fucking Instagram all day. First thing I'm doing in the morning is looking at Instagram. And once I got away from that shit and actually start homing in on what the fuck I want to do and who the fuck I need to be, that's where your life changes, bro. Like, you gotta get one with the Lord. Nigga, I wasn't right. When I was right, going every Wednesday, you know what I'm saying, life was great for me. And once I got off path again, started doing my own thing, think I can drive my boat myself, you know what I'm saying? Shit just gets a whole different way.
a lot of people really just wake up and just go. They don't really wake up with a meaning, with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't seek their purpose in life. And they don't seek their purpose in life because they always seeking what somebody else got. You know what I'm saying? So it puts unwanted pressure on them, unwanted stress. People get depressed for no reason. You know what I'm saying? You can never feel like you in last place if you're in your own race. You know what I mean? You always gotta focus on what's ahead for your life.
I like that. You never feel like you in last place
if you're in your own race.
Well, the thing I wanted to kind of redirect the question to everybody is I had a conversation the other day and one of my friends, he said I removed myself from social media maybe like 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. I stay on maybe Snapchat maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes throughout the day. Mm-hmm. But Snapchat only allows you sometimes to follow the people who you know personally, in which I do. But he asked me, he was like, do you feel like you kind of disassociated yourself with the world because a lot of people live through Instagram now that you might not be able to keep up with? You know, I was kind of lost with, he was telling me some news about the world in general. I was on my way home from work, and I'm like, I ain't even heard about that. But to him, he was like, that's because you don't be on social media. And it's like, if you don't keep up with the world, sometimes you can run into a brick wall because you don't know, like Instagram kind of became the news.
It did.
And, for the younger generation, let me say that. Because we don't associate ourselves with the news as much. We're not going to go watch ABC 13, Channel 2 News. So what's being reported on Instagram is kind of like our news report to see what's actually going on in the world. And I kind of disassociated myself with it. So when he told me, I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, you ain't know that? Like, it's been kind of a hot topic on Instagram. And I'm like, nah.
You really, it's a gift and a curse, bro. When you get on there, the people you follow, that's the content you're going to see. Based off the people you follow. So if you follow influential people, you ain't going to see none of that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start seeing more of these news. But if you following, you know what I'm saying, everybody in the mode, everybody in the age, you know what I'm saying? They not on that path. They on the entertainment side. They want to know what Future doing. They know what Drake doing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that got anything to do with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you gonna see. And Instagram could pick that up, Facebook could pick that up, because it's based off what you always view. So if you ain't always be on the news, don't expect for that to pop up. That ain't your popular content.
And I did the same thing. Like once I got into real estate and I started trying to take off on that journey, like everybody from around here that was I unfollowed everybody. I just started following everybody in the city that was already in real estate, everybody that would be influential, like all like influential people. And it's just like every day that, because I already know, like I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna look at Instagram. It's just second nature now. So now when I'm looking at it, it's gonna be motivation stuff that's gonna keep you going every day instead of looking at people in the club doing the same stuff they always been doing and we've been doing since high school. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what I'm doing. I'm like, man, I'm done trying to be with still people, like still trying to get the same recognition from high school, still trying to, you know what I'm saying, live off of that glory. It's like, bro, yeah, we know you was cool then, but what you doing now? Like, what you on now? Are you trying to make some move? Are you trying to do something to better yourself? Or are you still just trying to be on Instagram and be cool with everybody, making it seem like you popping when really you just not even making nothing shake. You just out here trying to be cool and up in everybody's face. Like that's why I just
faking it.
That's why I just like man, look, I'm gonna just delete everybody I'm finna follow from now on. Finna be people that's moving, people that's making stuff happen, people that's saying like this is what you do. You motivate, telling me guidelines to how they already successful, and then you mimic them steps, and that like it's like. You mimic that, that's how it's gonna only can lead you to do the same thing. So that's why I be reading now. I ain't never been no book reader. I be reading now. It's crazy, bro. But
it's a lot of knowledge and books.
It's bro. That's cheat codes to life, bro.
Yeah, what getting on this iPad,
cheat code,
and actually getting. I have like a little app that I go to get all my books. Man, reading books and so many facts in there, so many things that people don't want you to see, so many rules to life. That you may miss in everyday life, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Something you may not experience, but somebody else has experienced.
And they telling you about it.
They telling you about it in that book, but if you don't ever read that book, it's like you get lost. And your mind get lost because as you get older and get out of high school, you go backwards. You stop learning. There's a curve in life that we stop learning on. And if you continue to push your mind the other way, where are you going this way? So,
exactly. And I was talking to my people, and I'm telling them like, man, everything right here, like, is pretty much bro, in this generation, if you ain't successful, it's like everything is right here in front of us. Back then, it's like they was at a disadvantage because they didn't have everything in front of them. They wanted to find out about some stuff. They had to pull out an encyclopedia, flip through all the pages. Like they ain't got time for all of that. But for us, it's like everything is literally right in front of us. Right. So it's like it's almost to the point like if you not where you want to be, it's just your mind, like you say, your mind not right, or you ain't applying yourself, and you're not trying to get to where you at. And then people always like saying like, oh, God don't favor me, God don't. God show favor to the ones who actually working for it. Like he ain't gonna bless faith without works is dead. He ain't gonna come blessing you. He ain't gonna come blessing you, and it ain't gonna happen overnight. He gotta know he can trust you first. Like it ain't gonna happen overnight. That's where the faith come in and the persistence. Just keep going and knowing like, bro, this was about to work. Like I just know I don't know when it's gonna boom, but it's gonna boom.
And a lot of people they don't have the right mindset for adversity. When they hit adversity, they want to quit. Not knowing adversity is class. That's time to learn. You know what I'm saying? But people don't see that, and that's their perception. So I feel like people, chase their dreams based off the perception of what they see.
But then again, that football too, that builds some thick skin. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That gets you that to where it's like. People like they be I be talking on the phone with real estate. They be like people cussing you out. I'm like, bro, this ain't. Are you trying to sell your house or no? Exactly. Like all that cussing and all that.
I done had a 300-pounder just come run through my chest. I can't breathe right now. I still got to make that money next place. So
that one got you thick skin. So those sports can keep you discipline, time management. So it's definitely good. But like you say, it's a million ways, bro. It's like that mind, regardless of what you're doing, that mindset ain't right. It ain't gonna never click.
When did you realize that? And the reason I asked, like, what age? Because I asked to the point I asked Dre one time before. I feel like we behind.
Oh man,
we behind. And he was just like, oh, we ain't behind. And I was comparing. Our society, I culture to other cultures, and man, I feel like we behind. We got so much sense, common sense, we got so much street smarts and book smarts when it comes to education, but all of the education and knowledge that we got we haven't achieved nothing compared to the people who we see that's influential to us. And they might not be that much older than us, but they like, damn, they did that. And it's like, bro, we behind. But then he kind of like brought it to the point where like, nah, bro, we ain't really behind. Like, you gotta look at it, we ahead of the people that we know. And I was just like, you know, to me it was like, it still had to click. It's just like, I don't know if it's because I wanted to put myself at a disadvantage to make myself go harder, or to make myself feel like, you know, you need to go harder in the future when you get the opportunity. But it was just like, he was just saying, nah, bro.
That's just always, like you said, going back to being thankful for what you got already, and knowing it could always be worse than what it is. I used to always tell Josh, I feel like we was behind. Cause like I told you, the last 10, 15 years of our life been straight football. Like, it's football or nothing. Like, if it don't work, it's nothing. So it's like, once that get cut off, it's like, okay, now you in this water, so what you finna do? Like, now that you know this ain't finna work up, now what you finna do? That's gonna test where you're real hard at, because it's like, okay, now you've been had faith in one plan, and that plan ain't really manifest for you. So now it's like, okay, so you gonna lose your faith, or is you finna say, okay, I know I'm gonna be straight regardless. I know you got a plan. This wasn't the plan, but you know what I'm saying? It's good. We're gonna keep it moving. So that's why I always told Josh, bro, like, I don't care. I told him, we're gonna give you one shot. If it don't work, bro, we're gonna be straight regardless, bro. Like, one way or another, bro. Like, it don't matter as long as your faith strong and you got purpose and you know your plan and know you gonna go hard for whatever it is you on. I feel like it ain't nothing you can't do as long as you know you're gonna go hard behind it. Because you can't half-ass it though.
It sounds easy, but to a lot of people, boy, it's the most difficult thing in the world to overcome that. I ain't gonna lie, it was hard for me to overcome it, but you know, I had to realize, I'm like, man, you know, that ain't just me. You know, I'm more than that. You know what I'm saying? I knew I had more to offer than that, and I knew life. Even if I did, you know, go to the league or whatever, it wasn't gonna last forever. So eventually you was gonna go, you know what I'm saying? I just started early. You know what I'm saying? Kelsey, he was telling me, he was like, just like you were saying, the last decade, 15 years, 20 years of our life been straight football. Now we starting on first decade with something new. Look at what we did in football. Look how we progressed in football. Just imagine what we'll do in a whole nother avenue, in a whole nother field. You know what I'm saying? But I just had to, if I didn't get my mind over football, I wouldn't be in this position right now. Because I'll be looking backwards trying to run forward. It don't work. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that.
It works like that.
You know what I'm saying? So
football was always that getaway for me. You know what I'm saying? And that could be for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Football, we use it as a crutch.
For sure.
A lot of things that was going on in our life. If we got on that field, everything else went away. It was having fun. You know what I'm saying? Being with your teammates, just enjoying the moment. But when that moment over, shit, you missed out on it. And all of our coaches, you know what I'm saying, they always used to tell us, like, when it's over, it's over. But shit, they never told us when it's over, you're going to be depressed. You know,
they never tell you that.
You're going to be wishing you went back to that shit. They didn't tell you none of that. So when you go through it, you're just like, all right, damn, like, this is what this shit really feel like.
This is what life is.
Exactly. This is what life really is. Like, without that shit, you know what I'm saying? You're no longer known as, I will no longer be known as Tyler White, the football player. You know what I'm saying? Tyler White, the player football. I'm known as Tyler White, the business man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I want to change
the narrative.
But I had to change the narrative. You got to turn the page. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can turn the page for you. Because people can tell you every day, like, shit, nigga, you ain't gonna know when you gotta play football again, nigga. But if you can't get through that shit in your head, ain't nowhere you gonna go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I really can never do that shit again. Ain't no team gonna pick me up. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no XFL for me. You know what I'm saying? No arena football. Fuck that shit. Yeah. So, like, the biggest thing is getting over it in your mind, bro. That's the biggest shit. Like, damn, I really have to change the narrative to see where I want to go with it. And, just like you said, bro, I had a hard time with that. A real hard time with that. Like,
I know too, man. Just to touch on it, bro. Shit, it's hard to like go through life if you don't know your purpose. You know what I'm saying? And some people, like I say, you might want this, but that might not be. This like you might like to do this, but this might not be your purpose in life. And like, and the Lord got a strange way of showing. You know what I'm saying? Showing us all, bro, like what it is and what it ain't. But, you know what I'm saying? Talk to him. Ask him to reveal your, you know what I'm saying, his purpose of your life, bro. Over here, you know what I'm saying? Just in general, though. Everybody, anybody. And I think, you know what I'm saying, it'll bring a lot of clarity to what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying, what he got planned for. What he got planned for all of us too, bro. And that's because, I mean, I know that transition, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, from playing football all your whole life. Tonight is tough. But saying at the end of the day, we've been talking about, you know what I'm saying, what we gonna do out, you know what I'm saying, beyond the football shit. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why, you know what I'm saying, that's why we are here, the hustle that ambition, because it's about more. You gotta be able to versatile this shit at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I think like we are like-minded, you know what I'm saying, while we are like we've been fucking with each other, you know what I'm saying? Just cause the mentality of this shit. And I just think, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Self-knowledge is key. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't expect for, you know what I'm saying, somebody else to serve you, serve your mind, serve your brain, you know what I'm saying? So self-knowledge is key. I know a lot of people, like, you know what I'm saying, just kind of want shit handed to them, you know what I'm saying? Give me this, you know what I'm saying? Give me this, give me that. Like, you gotta give yourself the game, you know what I'm saying? Whatever else come extra, that's house money, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's blessings. But, you know, whether, I mean, and they come in many forms too, bro. Like, you know, whether you read books, whether you listen to podcasts, it's you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of ways. I just feel like this is a perfect era where it's a lot of ways, bro, where you can get a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? Like, we in a time period where, we just got so much at our disposal.
Exactly.
And, you know, I just think, you know what I'm saying, to start with self-knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Like, giving yourself the game, you know what I'm saying, giving yourself the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, and taking it from there. But, you know.
And shit, just to go off of that, like, also with giving yourself the knowledge, nigga, put the past behind you. You know what I'm saying? Let that shit go. Because a lot of times
It's
people
history.
It's history. Exactly. It's history. You'll never get that shit back. You'll never come back again. So let that go. Because you might think you're doing all the right things, you know what I'm saying, to prepare your life to the next level. But if you still holding on to all those, you ain't never going to get there. And that's for a lot of people. Like, so just let that baggage go. Let that heartache go. You know what I'm saying? If somebody ever wronged you or you ever felt some type of ways towards somebody, let it go. Because at the end of the day, God is love. You know what I'm saying? And love one another as they are. You feel me? And keep it pushing.
And another thing, bro, a lot of people don't see what they want to see in life because of the people that hang around. I realized that early. Like, and I realized the hard way. You know what I'm saying? I realized, like, after chance that the Lord gave me, I had to find, you know, I had to come to myself. I'm like, man, this ain't benefiting me. You know what I'm saying? This particular relationship, whoever you got with somebody, it ain't benefiting you. And you know, if you giving that the relationship, if you with that person majority of the time, you know what I'm saying, birds of a feather flock together. You know what I'm saying? And both of y'all ain't doing shit. That you know what I'm saying? One of us gotta be doing something, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, both of us can't be doing shit. To me, I don't like that shit. Cause with football, I ain't never just sat around. You know what I'm saying? Cause I was always up and doing shit. But when football stopped, I'm like, nah, bro, I can't just sit here, smoke weed all day and play games, bro. Like, nigga, I want some, like, I got ambitions, I got goals, man. Like, I ain't got time for this shit. I ain't want to be in my mama crib forever. And I ain't never wanted, because I always want to provide for myself and provide for my family. You know what I mean? That's the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate goal for me. You know what I'm saying? So I know I just had to take the longer route, and I know it's going to happen. But I know it was a lot of shit that I had to go through to develop me personally so I could be in that position. You know what I mean? So if you're not working to better yourself, you're not working to get closer to your dreams, you know what I'm saying, your goals. You know, you can put a self-bondage over yourself without nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Because you're doing it to yourself.
But that can be the hardest thing for some people. You know what I'm saying? You to really break yourself down to the core and get to that underlying meaning of what am I in life? Who am I in life? And ask yourself, you know what I'm saying? And asking God that and just asking Him, like, direct me, you know what I'm saying? Direct my path where you want me to go. It's hard for some people to really answer that. I mean, to really ask them that. It's hard for some people to surrender themselves and be like, hey, my life is in your hands. And once you do that, like, and you start shifting your mind and you start telling yourself, like, hey, I really want to go this way. Like, this is the path that I really want to follow, bro. You got to make those baby steps. You know what I'm saying? We can all have goals, but if you don't put it into little bitty steps, you know what I'm saying? Everything happens for a reason. But if you ain't doing anything to add up to that big picture, ain't nothing gonna ever happen for you. You can wish and hope, and be like, hey, next week gonna be that's my time, man. Next week gonna be that hit. But if you haven't put yourself in a position right now and prepared the steps to lead up to next week, it's not gonna happen. You feel me?
You gotta have reasons why you want to do the things you want to do. If you don't got reasons why you want to do it, bro, you ain't gonna never have a motive to do it. You know what I'm saying?
And even if they wanted to, though, it's a lot of people just scared of change. Like, they ain't even, like, it's like if you're not where you where you at right now, like it's always the man in the mirror, and people like to point fingers and say, oh, is this the reason why? Or, oh, God, you know what I'm saying? Is this the reason why? What really is you gotta look at yourself in the mirror. Like, are you doing everything that you're supposed to be doing to get to your level? Are you on that path? Are you taking the steps and being disciplined and doing whatever it takes for you to do whatever it is you're trying to do? Are you listening to God when God talking to you and telling you that this person ain't for you? Or are you still just doing it, kicking it with the same people and trying to hold on because you comfortable with where you at? This is what I've been doing, this is where I'm at, so I'm gonna just keep it because this is where I'm comfortable. But then they don't know how I feel when they get uncomfortable, or they scared of how it's gonna be once they actually change. Oh, this person ain't gonna fuck with me no more. This person, you know what I'm saying? When it's really like they gonna fuck with you harder because they gonna see what you're doing and they gonna try to get a piece. Then everybody gonna be trying to wonder what you've been doing. So
people worry about what they think about themselves too. Like people always worry about, oh, they gonna say this about me, they gonna say that about me. Who gives a fuck? Everybody gonna talk. You know, my mama told me that when I was little. Like she said, people just gonna talk. It's just noise. You know what I'm saying? And I took that. And that shit, I really remember that, and that shit molded me, bro. Like, I don't really listen to all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people talk, but a lot of people ain't gonna walk. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you can talk a good story, but nigga, if I don't see you doing, I ain't finna pay you no mind. You know what I'm saying? That's wasted knowledge. That ain't even knowledge. It's just wasted space, wasted time that I don't need. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. Well, but kind of going back to what he was saying about how the people who you used to mess with, once you get on, they don't want to do what you want to do because you're trying to put them on. I feel like sometimes, like, even though, you know, we kind of get that misconstrued, like, some of the people that might be for us or something like that, it's kind of like a prime example. In the rap game, you know, if you're a rapper and you're like, man, all y'all was rappers, right? Yeah. And I'm the top rapper, but I'm trying to put all y'all on as I try to get to the top. If I try to put all y'all on as I try to get to the top, we ain't gonna never make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna never make it because at the end of the day, it's like, your voice might be better than mine. You know what I'm saying? The people might like to hear you a little bit better, but I'm the top dog. And shit, you know, you got to get to the top in order to put some people on.
Well, now, everybody got a specific role. And if you got people like that, you can't have two captains of the ship. You know what I mean? You gonna have one captain, you got one person manning the engine, one person, watching the deck. It's a team effort. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they all want to be the top dog because a lot of them want fame.
Yeah.
They want the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? That person that's top dog, they don't want that.
Yeah.
They heart is somewhere completely different. Yeah. And that's why you got that, and that's why they don't have that.
Hey, I watched something on YouTube earlier today. It was D Rose, and he was basically doing the anniversary of his 10-year anniversary of all the sneakers. And he was like on number 8 and number 7. Don't quote me on that, but number 8 and number 7 sneaker, his own design sneakers. He was saying like at the bottom he put everybody eats, and he's like he put that because in his group of friends, what they mean by everybody eats is once we get on, nobody is bigger than nobody else. Mm-hmm. Everybody gonna eat. We all gotta treat each other the same. You know what I'm saying? We all gotta make sure that we doing our part.
Yes,
I can't sit up there and be the commander-in-chief and point fingers and tell you to get on your knees and do what I tell you to do. Because then after that, they're gonna bring you in. You know, stuff like that. So I was looking at that earlier and I was like, yeah.
That's what it is though. Like, I mean, cause that's what anybody though. I mean, you can't never. I'm reading this book now. It's called How to Influence People and Win Friends by Dale Carnegie. He just talking about like how you gotta pretty much in order for you to be successful, a man is judged by how you treat the little man. So if you're the big dog, you getting your blessings, and you getting judged by how you treat the little people, and everybody looking at you as like that. It's because everybody want to know like, okay. Like, we know how you're gonna treat everybody that's on your level, but your real character gonna show when you treat somebody who you know ain't on your level, or when they beneath you.
Goes back to the same what my dad always told me, bro. Like, treat the janitor just with as much respect as you treat the CEO.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You never know what that janitor may do for you. You're the CEO in charge, and that janitor might be a janitor just today, but he got 10 other businesses on the other side. Mm-hmm. And just based how you respecting him or not, you might fuck your own self out of blessing. Mm-hmm. He might be doing real estate or something behind the scenes. You never know what that person's doing. Just the title you see them in doesn't make that person who they are. You know what I'm saying? It's who they are. I mean, it's who they are if they want with the Lord and what they do to better themselves every day. You will know a fuck off when you see a fuck off. Does that mean treat him worse? Does that mean give him the less respect he deserves? We all human beings, bro. Not one of us is farther along than each other. You know what I'm saying? You're not better than me. I'm not better than him. He's not better than him. He's not better than him. That's just what it is. But what has created this facade for people to make people feel like they're better than each other is monetary value of things. You know what I'm saying? Money, the dollar. You know what I'm saying? With the economy and what the U.S. wanted to create. What they created a long time ago to keep this person from that person. How can we separate ourselves? Yeah, we created this equality, you know what I'm saying? We've gotten rid of slavery, but how do we keep them enslaved without actually saying they're being enslaved?
Right.
We do it with this mighty dollar right here, and there's a lot of things that they created and done with these tax deals and a lot of financial things behind the scenes to set people back, you know what I'm saying? To set people back they want to be away from. So just to go back on it, like, nobody is better than anybody, you know what I'm saying? And don't let monetary value make you feel like you're better than somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because money ain't nothing. It can go the other way tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? You might have to lose everything.
Your character gotta be the same, whatever. It's just whatever situation you in, your character don't change. You can't let your external circumstances interfere with your internal values, your internal character. TD Jake said that one earlier, but that one hit too. It's just like, you know, like anything that's going on outside of the world that can't change and dictate how you react and how you know your morals is and how you feel about the situation. Because just because stuff going on and stuff is distracting, you still got to keep your even keel and keep your character about yourself and move and think out what you're doing first before you just react. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of how that goes.
But
you know what I'm saying? That's
I blame that on like society.
Yeah,
and the only reason I say that is because actually this goes back to previous conversations that I had. We live in a world where we live in the United States of America, and it's a land of the free, home of the brave. And what I'm saying by that is we live by something that we can get away with here. I'm a free soul. I'm an independent person. I got my rights. I can do what I want to do. When you go to another country, they still live by old custom rules. Whereas, like, if you get caught stealing your hand and get chopped off, you know, we'll cut your foot off, your finger off, or anything. You get persecuted for your crimes. Your sins, you will get punished for them. Here, I can go to HEB and take a pack of bubblegum in my pocket, and if nobody see me, I probably got boosted at the simple fact that next week I'm going to go get some hot dog buns.
Let's say I didn't know you. Let's say I didn't know you and I seen you do that, and I asked you if you know the 10 Commandments, and you tell me no.
And you saw me do it?
Yeah, and if I ask you if you know the 10 Commandments and you tell me no, that explains everything. Because if you knew the 10 Commandments, you would think twice about stealing that gum. Because you know the ultimate, consequence if you do this. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you will get punished. Probably not now, but eventually. You don't know how. But you know what I'm saying? So,
but you don't look at it like, even if I did know the 10 Commandments, that's like saying you grew up in the church, right?
Yeah.
As a child, your dad, your mom made you study the Bible.
Yeah.
And you was singing in the choir. You might have been a pastor's son, a preacher's son.
Sure.
You know all this. But you lost your way when you got older because you got the freedom. The freedom and the society is just like when we talk about how we learn the game, how we learn self-taught knowledge. Whether it's the OGs that teach us the game or whether it's just self-experience. It's what you're influenced by. So you know the 10 Commandments. Yeah. But what you felt like was my freedom right now is more to me, and what I have the willingness or the opportunity to do, it's exciting to me. It's the thrill. If I go take a piece of bubble gum, that was just like, ooh, man, I didn't know how to do that.
And that's people who never really experienced anything. They caged dogs. They caged animals.
Yeah.
You let them loose. Yeah. You might tell them everything, but as soon as you let them loose, bro, they always been caged. They never had freedom. But a lot of people who had freedom early, you know, it's a different story for them. You
Yeah,
know?
it is. The exposure of freedom when you younger teaches you a self-taught lesson that it's like when you fall as a kid or when you go to the hot stove, it's like, you know, don't do that no more.
They teach you street.
Yeah, you know they don't do that no more.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I said, you got some people that love it. Like the thrill is what actually the adrenaline get them going. It's like, you know what, it's like some people that go to jail once, you think that they learn their lesson. So I go to jail twice.
True.
You're like, damn, I thought you learned your lesson. Jail wasn't enough for you. You know, and then you go back for the third time and you say, I'm good. I might beat the charges and I might come home.
At this point, you don't care.
They ain't living for nothing at that point, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, they might not be, but they got free. They got free. They got out their cage.
Yeah.
And so for them, it was like, oh, you let me go once? I think I can get away with something different.
Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I did wrong last time. I ain't gonna do that again.
But I'm gonna do something else wrong.
I'm gonna do something else.
I mean, you know, it's
I can't go to no.
it's a tough situation when you think about it like that. It's like, damn. Like I said, we don't live by those principles in the United States.
Yeah.
It's like, you know,
Yeah,
I ain't into no political thing about like, you know, the president or anything like that. But we don't live by those norms that are like, and now I promise you probably if we did, a lot of niggas won't want to walk around with one hand. You know, or go talk to a girl with just two fingers. And be like, hey, how you doing? And she look at your hand like, you only got two fingers.
I know you ain't worthy. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. They expose you.
So that's kind of like, it's a tough situation to look at it like that. And like, now,
You probably go your own environment for sure.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? But you can't use that excuse for help.
Yeah, I mean, you can't.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a responsible person.
I know it sounds blunt, but I know it's harder than, you know what I'm saying, for a lot of people, but honestly, you can't use that excuse for help. You know what I mean? You can't just always say, oh man, I'm just a product of my environment. Well, change the shit since you know better now. You know what I'm saying? Since you know better, why keep saying that shit?
I agree.
Like, that's just pointless. Now you just being ignorant. Like, you just doing
You
some
put
wild
yourself
shit.
in this hole that you created.
Yeah.
So,
No, I agree with that completely. I mean, but at the same time, do you sit here and say to yourself, like goes back to the question I was asking, when do you know that? Like,
when you
and let me just put it to every individual here. Like, when did you realize? Was it after football that you realized that?
Realize what?
That it's like, all right, I can't be a product of my environment. I got to do something for me, and not just sit around here and smoke weed and play the video game.
I mean,
Because that's a product of your environment.
I mean, well, shit.
You draw the line really, bro, when you feel yourself going backwards mentally.
Yeah.
When you can no longer think for yourself and you start second guessing everything that you do, you know what I'm saying? That's when you know, like, all right, something off. Like, I know back in the day, I used to make all these decisions. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was good. I didn't give a fuck with what anybody else, you know what I'm saying, had to say. And once you start questioning yourself and asking yourself, like, damn, hey, bro, what you think about this? You know what I'm saying? I still be doing that shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Drake know that shit too. He be the first nigga I call. Like, bro, what you think about this shit? You know what I'm saying?
That shit about pictures.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
do you care?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. And once you start feeling yourself, you know what I'm saying, going into that path, nigga, you really gotta change. And just recently, bro, like I really just started homing in on some shit, and I'm like, damn. Why do I do this to myself? Why do I put myself in these mental battles? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did I get to this way? Yeah. And once you start to feel yourself like second guessing how you feel and what you want to go and what you want to do and where you want to go, that's when you know something ain't right. Because it was one point in time where you used to make every decision for yourself and you ain't give a fuck what nobody else thought. So once you get back to that point, you start realizing like, all right, why do I care what this person feels about me? I know how God feels about me. Why do I care what you think about this? You know what I'm saying? I know how I think about this. And that was a big thing, bro. Like for me, I had to get that shit out of my head. Like, bro, man, about what somebody else like.
Was it a defining moment though?
It was a defining moment, bro. It really was, because it was like, damn, nigga, T-White, like, you tripping, bro. Like, the fuck, you can't answer this basic question for yourself. And Dre can attest to that shit, you know what I'm saying? I called a nigga about some shit, he'd be like, nigga, how you feel about this shit? Yeah, and that's where it come back to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta tell yourself, all right, how do I feel about this? You know what I'm saying? And he'll tell me, like, it's not about how I feel, it's how you feel. And when we come into conversations and he feel myself second guessing, I feel like that's why I I lean on him for a lot of shit sometimes because he'll get my mental back in a place where nobody else can. Everybody else can talk to me, but you know what I'm saying? I know my nigga, if I ask him some dumb shit, he gonna be like, something off about this nigga. Hey bro, what the fuck? You know that shit. Like, yeah. He'll be like, nah, nigga, like, why you, and he'll ask me a question to make me get back in my head and be like, alright, bro, yeah, I'm tripping. Let me get myself back right. And and to go back to what you were saying, that defining moment, bro, it was a defining moment for me because it's like, why are you second guessing yourself and what you like and how you feel about something? Mm-hmm. Never second guessed it.
Yeah, I mean, mine was for sure after football. Like, I mean, because I always knew, like, I was strong-minded, that I ain't have to really have nobody to push me to do nothing. Like, if I wanted to get up and go work out and put in some extra, like, I ain't never have to tell nobody or have nobody force me to do it. So I always knew I was strong-minded. But once you, like I said, it was always football, and I always, like, everything for football always seemed like it was falling in place. So, you know what I'm saying, you ain't have to really worry about when shit changed or when shit hit the fan, when life ain't going your way. Now I gotta figure out how to get through this because it's always been, I got football, so it don't really even matter. I'm finna go out here and smash me, nigga, so I ain't really worried about what's going on right now. I'm finna go out here and we finna let all this out on the field. But now you ain't got that no more, so it's like, okay, I ain't finna be getting up going to practice every day. I ain't finna be, you know what I'm saying, having game days and getting ready for that. I can't go back and get right for that. So now you gotta find different ways to cope and find a different path to where you can put that same passion that you had into something else. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the ultimate goal, is finding something that you enjoy, that don't really feel like you working, and that you going, that you enjoy doing, so it ain't your passion, because your passion
you're still in the same career that you've been in since you was a kid, and you haven't switched careers there. So how did you come to understanding, like, all right, it's time for me to learn that, you know, I gotta do something or prepare to be different when I get ready to be done with this thing, versus living out your career and then after your career is done, as if, you know, for everybody else, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, for me, bro, really, shit, man, y'all niggas know, like, my mindset always been, I feel like football is just my platform for something bigger, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is just, like, the foundation for, you know what I'm saying, for a whole other realm of shit, you know what I'm saying? So, like, going into it, I already knew, like, you know what I'm saying, I already knew, like, I know the game, like, you know what I'm saying? This shit ain't for forever, you know what I'm saying? So that's my mind. I'm knowing that already going in, so, you know, like, I'm moving accordingly, you know what I'm saying? So I knew coming to it, like, I wanted to set up other shit, you know what I'm saying, beyond football, you know what I'm saying? Whether that's real estate, whether that's entertainment, whatever the case may be. I was always kind of cognitive of what I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying, when the game over, because shit, really all it takes is one play, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that. So, like, I feel like, you know, what my mind was, like I said, it was just always for something greater, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just football. And like I say, I know that transition a beast. At the end of the day, it was gonna happen at some point, but now it just happened, you know what I'm saying, a little sooner. So, you know, it just circled back to mentality, bro. I just feel like whatever you want to do, as hard as we went, all the years we put in towards football, put in 15, 17 years, damn near, you know what I'm saying? And like, just imagine we put that same energy towards something else, you feel me? So, and I just think, that's why I say it all goes back to your mindset, bro. If you really want to make something happen, and you apply yourself towards it, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you really can accomplish a lot of things in a lifetime, bro. But to answer your question though, yeah, I mean, going into it, bro, I knew that, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to get into some other shit beyond football, you know what I'm saying? And so y'all know we got shits in the work, you know what I'm saying? It's just about setting the chest pieces up, you know what I'm saying? It's shit chest, bro. And I just feel like that, what you saying earlier, shit, you said you felt like we behind. And I'm like, nigga, check the stat sheet, nigga, we ahead. You look at the niggas, I mean, just speaking for niggas that was in our class, nigga, you see the shit, like you see what niggas doing, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying, this shit a marathon, bro, like, you know what I'm saying, every year is new obstacles, bro, and shit, it's really just about locking in mentally, bro, you know what I'm saying, like,
it's huge.
It's about mental, 90% of the game is uphill, you know what I'm saying? You know, so nigga mentally lock in and make that, and just be ready to endure the journey, nigga, the ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? Weather the storm, like.
I was gonna be changed.
Yeah, weather the storm, man. Shit, you know, that's the biggest thing, though. But yeah, answer your question. But I know I'm trying to versatile this shit as much as possible.
I think it goes for everybody. You know, in this room, which is crazy. You know that we all tie into the same answers about how we realize that it wasn't gonna last forever. A lot of people stuck on that though. You know, a lot of people you might see on 30 for 30 and stuff like that. And like, man, you know, I thought football was everything. Like they still searching for football. I mean, I wasn't a football guy. My football went to the direction of track, and I went as far as I can with that. But I realized like not even to chase it after college. Like once I was done with college, I knew like either try to keep chasing this track thing and try to compete for this, or this ain't gonna last forever. So let me get a head start in the world. Because at the end of the day, shit, like, it's gonna be harder to get a job the older you get. I mean, the market that we look in, like a regular job, you know, the market that we live in now, youth is everything. You know, we look at it, if you 60 years old, 70 years old, you might have 20 years of experience, they still gonna hire a young person because they feel like you're faster, you're smarter, you know, you get the job.
And we could train you on the go.
Yeah, they feel like you're cheaper.
Yeah, for sure.
Cheaper in the market.
So cheaper.
You know, so, I mean, you know, like I said, I just applaud everybody and everything. We realize that, hey, don't keep holding on to this lifelong dream that we had as a kid. You know how women, they lifelong dream with the Barbie doll princess. I was just football and sports.
That's just being around solid people though. Like life hard, but it's easy when you got solid foundation of people around you that you know you can fall back on and hit up when you ain't feeling, you know what I'm saying, yourself. You know, you can call them like, hey bro, this was going down with me. They gonna tell you like, bro, they gonna tell you what it is and not what you want. Yeah, they gonna tell you from what it really is, and especially when you got boys that you done been through every phase with. Like they done seen you before you got to this point and walk with you the whole journey. So
they
like,
know when something different.
Yeah, they know when it's different, or they know when, or you know when they different. It's vice versa. It's just everybody. You got your solid foundation of people. Y'all climbing through life together. Y'all on the journey together, and everybody bringing each other with them on the same path. That's how I gotta go. Especially when you got, you know what I'm saying, your solid foundation of people around you. Everybody bring each other together. Sure.
Because at the end of the day, bro, it's all teamwork. A lot of people think they can do it on their own. I mean, do it by themselves. Like, I can figure this out on my own. I can figure this out. I can do this. You know what I'm saying? I can get myself out of the battle. Not knowing, hey, you talking to your brother, to your friend, or talking to somebody you really care about, somebody you love, that's gonna take you out that mental struggle that you in right now. So go ahead and talk to that person. Go ahead and reach out to that person, bro. Like, because that's where your peace, you know what I'm saying? You don't find peace in other people, but it's at times where some people can bring your mind back to that peaceful place. You know what I'm saying?
But the devil will make you feel like you need to be alone, and the devil goes isolation just so that don't happen.
So he wants the isolation so he can prey on you.
Play with your mind.
Play with your mind.
And that go back to you questioning yourself.
Exactly.
You know, why you questioning yourself? You great, you know what you did, you know what I'm saying? You lose, but don't forget about the wins.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Don't forget about the wins.
Because it's always gonna be them downhill, them battles, you know what I'm saying? Them struggles. And once you figure out like, man, this struggle ain't gonna last forever. People always say weather the storm, but not knowing like that storm is that hellhole you feeling right now.
Yeah. And
you might feel like, damn, there's nothing else I can do. Fuck it, let me give up. Nigga, you just in the storm.
And then you get into another storm, a stronger storm, and you look back at that storm like, damn, that storm went shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying?
Now
you're like, damn, now how do
new devils.
Exactly. So just stick to the script, bro. Just making sure you stay with your plan. Stay elevate your mind. Your mind is the biggest thing. Stay closer to God and elevate your mind.
You gotta get physically, spiritually, mentally, all aspects. You gotta have a balance. That's how you're gonna make it work. You gotta have that balance.
Yeah, man. It's pretty much all the questions that I had. You got no questions. I feel like we done gave enough game. You know what I mean? We could go on all night, but hey, man, you know, game ain't free.
But be careful who you sell it to.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's another episode of Hustler's Ambition, man. Y'all tune in to future episodes.
Yeah, like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Click the like
Yes,
button.
sir.
Appreciate y'all, boys.
Yeah,
Man, appreciate y'all, boys, bro.
See
you right.
Right.
My boy on the phone, it's all good, though.
Coming in to speak my piece, man. Coming in to speak my piece.